So, what if a patient shows low testosterone symptoms? He goes to his provider and he comes back with testosterone levels in the low normal range and he can't get treatment because of that. What to do?
This is the TRT and Hormone Optimization YouTube channel. And if you want to learn all about the science-based information on this topic, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and you'll be on your way.
Okay, so for starters, if someone turns you away for therapy because your levels fall within a specific numerical range, right out of the gate, I can guarantee you that this is either an insurance-based protocol or an uneducated provider. Because the way we treat hormone replacement with patients is we take a much more palliative approach to treatment rather than a black and white approach. If you're in this range, you do not qualify. And if you're a point here, we're going to address the issue. And that is a flawed approach because we're treating human beings. We're not treating algorithms on a piece of paper. This isn't a 1 + 1 = 2 and there's no debating. Because if 1 + 1 = 2 and 2 doesn't feel right, then we need to try 3, 4, or 5. Okay? And at the end of the day, when you go home with a denial for treatment, did that really fix the issue? You didn't walk into that office saying, here is my number, fix it. You walked into that office complaining of lack of motivation, lack of drive, poor sleep, fat gain, fatigue, loss of libido, lack of quality erections, lack of just a spirit to get out of bed in the morning, and essentially you don't feel like your old self. These are common Adams score deficiencies or signs and symptoms of low testosterone that typically get a guy to walk in and say, go ahead and poke my arm and let me know where I'm at. So guys don't walk in with a number on their forehead saying, what do you think? They come in complaining of signs and symptoms. And the provider telling them, you're fine. And I am not saying that testosterone is a fix-all for every problem on earth. If you're genuinely not hypogonadal or in a state of low T and you're total and free and SHBG and everything else that we go into in other videos is sufficient, perhaps we do need to look elsewhere. But to tell a guy the lab says that, 290 is the bottom of the range and you're at 310, you're normal, and the guy's complaining of low T symptoms, that is just not taking the correct approach to treat a human being. And that is not the way we do things at our clinic. So my short answer to that is if you're denied, you're barking up the wrong tree. Click the link in the description, reach out, and I will put you in touch with our telemedicine individual at the clinic, and we can treat nationwide. And if you're overseas, I will get on a video call, Zoom with you like this, and I will advise you on what it is that you should take, and I will try to get you a referral within the country that you're located that can do a proper job for you. At the end of the day, you're responsible for how you feel. No one else is going to care. And when you walk out of that office with a denial, that's not the end of the road for you. You just went to the wrong place, nothing more.
Mm-hmm. How come, Gil, that other doctors or providers have to take into account the insurance, the liability, and so on, and clinics like yours can just give them treatment even if they are in the low normal range?
Very good question, Stephen. It's a very simple answer.
Before we continue, if you appreciate the content we bring to this channel, check out the Amazon links in the description of this video. These are the links to the products we use, going from supplements, protein powder, pre, post, intra-workout, anti-aging cream, sunscreen, needles and syringes to inject, and so on. If you'd like to purchase one of those products, please use the direct link so that it will earn us a few cents as a tip, and you'll be guided directly to the products we recommend. Thanks in advance.
All links should work on the US, Canadian, and UK Amazon stores.
If I come to you and I ask you for a job and you are my employer and every Monday morning you sign my paycheck, I'm going to do what you tell me to do because you're paying my bills. You put the roof over my head, you put the food on my table. And if you say you're going to do this, this, and this, as long as it's not illegal or totally unethical, I'm going to say this is what my boss wants. When a provider takes a check from an insurance company, that insurance company becomes their boss. They're paying his bills. That's who he works for. You as the patient are the inventory. The insurance company is the boss. So the inventory moves through the system of the business and the boss dictates the rules. When a patient comes into our clinic, they are paying out of pocket. The reason we do not accept insurance is not because we don't want to get paid, because if we accepted insurance, the line would go around the building. I don't want to have my hands handcuffed by a flawed protocol that tells me who to treat and why and how much and how often, which we know is wrong. I want you as the individual to be the boss. I want to work for you. I want to have your priorities optimized and not the company who wants to show good dividends at the end of the quarter because they didn't spend too much money and they took in premiums. So again, insurance works when you have a sore throat and you need antibiotics. But when you're going in for an elective type of a treatment, if your wife wanted breast implants to enhance her mental status in life, insurance is not going to pay for that. Unfortunately, testosterone is one of those things, and I can tell you that those of us that do get insurance coverage for testosterone, I promise you it is not being done optimally because it's still following a specific guideline. And understand, a vial of testosterone is $20, $30. That is not where the money goes. The money goes for the management. The money goes so that I can pay salaries to the providers who we train to treat you correctly, so that I could be there to answer questions, so that we could do ongoing training, so that we can make videos and content to put out there. That is where your financiers are going. They're going to the overhead of keeping the machine well-oiled and running. They're not going to the pharmacy for a vial of testosterone. So I don't care if your insurance covers that. We don't bill for testosterone. We bill for management and oversight. So when you pay us to oversee and manage your protocols, part of that process is educating you, running your labs, providing you with medications and supplies, and being there on call to take your calls, your emails, your questions as needed. Therefore, we work for you. We don't work for the insurance policy. That is the simple answer of the difference of why some have their hands bound because they choose to take a check from elsewhere, and we choose to take the check from the patient themselves, and we essentially make the patient the boss.
Awesome. Okay, Gil, thanks. This video is in a playlist called New to TRT, Start Here. Make sure to watch other videos in this playlist to learn a ton more. Thanks, Gil.
Thank you.
And now, do this next. Click on one of these thumbnails to learn a ton more about TRT and hormone optimization.